Hey, what's up, Seekers? Welcome back. We are starting a new series here on the channel, which is going to be shifting our emphasis from history and philosophy towards ritual and practice. Please allow me to explain why. And make sure to watch to the end of the video for a little update about things here with me and the channel. Thank you for joining us. We live in a ritually bereft society. In the rush to modernity, we lost countless precious ritual practices that had been hewed and honed over generations. Rituals that silently held our collective humanity. Rituals that had encoded within them the wisdom to keep us sane. In our rush to discard and replace them, we find ourselves isolated and alone, distracted, tense, nervous, and stressed by that soft, ever-present dim glow of our technological advances. Don't get me wrong, the gifts of modernity have been splendid and abundant. They've improved our health, comfort, and length of life considerably. If we're able to both retain the wisdom of the past, cultivated and harvested via their rituals, while embracing the advancements of each new day, we might just be able to dramatically improve not just the length of our days, but also the quality of our lives. Here at the channel, we talk a lot about history and ideas, and those things are important. They shape the world we live in and the narratives and metaphors in which we reside. But I'd like to take a moment here together to explore and unpack some of the rituals that religion has curated over the centuries. I believe that it's not enough just to talk in the abstract about how things could be, how the world could be so much of a better, kinder, and warmer place, but that we must also explore the ways of being that allow us to become the change we'd like to see in our worlds. Religion, I believe, ought to be transformative, not merely performative or theoretical. There are many good and crucial ways to practice what we preach. Ritual practice is one such way. Rituals are the embodied cultivation and curation of our highest values, things like peace, serenity, awe, gratitude, patience, service, kindness, empathy, presence, etc. Rituals remind us what our highest values are, what they feel like, and how to live them. Our beliefs, to quote Gandhi, become our thoughts, which become our words, which become our actions, which become our habits, which become our values, which becomes our destiny. We have the capacity to shape our destiny via the habits and rituals we choose to repeat and embody. With sufficient repetition, they become us. Judaism, as every living tradition, contains a comprehensive itinerary of transformative rituals. Embodied Jewish practitioners throughout the centuries, from the Bible until today, have created, preserved, and innovated a rich ecology of practices that carry one all the way from before they're born until after they pass on. A life of ritual provides a pharmacopoeia to some of the more pressing contemporary ailments. Rituals give us the space to meaningfully transition from one stage of life to another. Moments that require rituals of initiation that allow us to die to the old so that we may be reborn to the new through the many incarnations one undertakes in any given lifetime. From infancy to childhood, from girls to women, boys to men, from solitude to partnership, from spouses to parents to grandparents, from life to beyond. Rituals allow us to age gracefully, to learn and grow along well-grooved channels, handrails on the unwieldy path of life, smoothened by centuries of travelers that came before us on the path, passed on to those who are yet to come. This is the true meaning of the Jewish concept of Halacha, which is often translated as Jewish law. Law coming from the Old Norse lag, which is that which is set and tied down. Halacha, in fact, comes from the Hebrew word halicha, the path upon which one walks, the way of life, the tree of life to those who take hold of it. Halacha and Jewish ritual life give us the means to travel meaningfully through our days, weeks, months, and generations, both as individuals and as a collective. The path allows us to journey together with fellow travelers, both in celebration and mourning, fasting and feasting. It builds the container for meaningful community, friendship, and connection, all things devastatingly absent in our modern, atomized, individualized, alienated world. Religious rituals function by demarcating sacred time in cosmic annual, monthly, weekly, and daily epochs, guiding us through each of life's moments, from the most insignificant to the most memorable, imbuing each one with meaning, direction, and purpose. Jewish mystics throughout the ages tapped deeply into these cycles and rituals, breathing fresh life into them for each generation, with the unwavering insistence that each moment and practice are a potential avenue through which the human might become more intimate with their true divine selves, drawing God into their lives and raising their lives into God. The Jewish mystic did not rest their feet after interpreting all of Jewish practice, all 613 biblical instructions through that lens, but continued tirelessly to insist that our mundane lives must also be deified. They insisted that we must not only learn anew how to pray, for example, but we must also learn again how to breathe, eat, drink, and sleep. Jewish mystics, it's told, would leave their hometowns, travel hundreds of miles by foot and wagon, across treacherous snowy terrain to sit by the feet of their masters, not to learn how to study or pray, but how to tie their shoelaces. Truth be told, in the minds of the Jewish mystics, the Kabbalists, and the Hasidic masters, there was in reality no separation between the sacred and the profane. All of life was hallowed by the presence of God. For them, all of life was religious, in the sense of the Latin religare, to bind oneself to the divine, which is why, tellingly, there is no classical Hebrew word for religion. All that they practiced was life, l'chaim. To the Jewish mystic, on the final analysis, there is no separate body and soul. They are one. There are only two apparent aspects of the same unity. Likewise, for the mystic, there is no real separation between the inner and the outer, the spiritual and the mundane, the spirit and the law. We'll be exploring Jewish ritual from that perspective, from the point of view where the body and spirit, letter and soul, meld into one. That, as far as I understand it, is precisely what the mystical is all about. And there may be no better place to find that unity than in the rituals of Judaism as understood by the Jewish mystics. So, strap yourself in. We're going to take a break from history and theory for a hot moment and dive right in to Jewish ritual practice. I hope to be able to share these rituals in a way that will do them justice. Beautiful, meaningful, relevant, practical, ancient and contemporary as they are. Welcome to an insider's scoop on what Jewish life might actually look like from the inside. I hope you join us for the ride and enjoy the journey. If you're enjoying the work we're doing here and would like to support it, please do consider supporting us on Patreon. This project is entirely crowdfunded, and it's with your help that we'll be able to continue doing this work. Please do consider joining us. I'm really excited to see what we might be able to achieve here together. This might be a bit of a long shot, but I recently moved to the US and I'm looking for a local community to connect with. If you're connected with any organizations, institutions, or communities that might have use for a young man like myself, please do let me know. Or maybe we'll just have to find a nice patch of nature somewhere and start our own community. And don't forget, keep seeking.